right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name's Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns, or just whatever you want to say to us. We missed you. Feel free to tag at Star City Games, and he will get his favorite questions sent over to us. We will do our best to answer them. So we are focusing on Standard today from the Kaldheim Championship qualifier this last weekend, and no deck did better than the one that I'm playing. Just a clean 13-0. Just 13-0'd this double elimination. Said, you know what? I don't need one of these losses. I'm just gonna win the whole tournament.
Sparkling record.
Yeah. Oh my.
Hard to do better.
I played the same deck. I went 0-1, and I didn't sleep well the night before, so I dropped and went to bed. So not quite as good as this player that went a clean 13-0 with Teamer Ramp. With Obosh, this has been kind of the new way that people have adopting this. You know, getting rid of Lotus Cobra, and I think Negate in the sideboard is probably the biggest one. I don't think this was... Oh, no, they do...
They got some evens in the board.
They got some evens in the board, which you can totally do, and then you just don't get to start with Obosh. But I think that those are the biggest hits. But otherwise, just Teamer Adventures that curves off at Genesis Ultimatum, and then the Great Hen just been a kind of a newish addition.
And with Genesis Ultimatum, you're playing Terror of the Peaks, which is a card I like quite a bit right now, because as I mentioned earlier in the show, the aggressive deck's very light on removal. Terror of the Peaks easily takes over the game against them. You know, you're just casting your Bone Crusher Giants and Brazen Borrowers and picking off creatures as you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gets out of hand
and it
really,
can just
really
win the game, you know?
What's Beanstalk Giant?
Beanstalk Giant, yep, exactly.
It's been a while since the Adventures were big. It's been like a month.
Yeah, it's been a month. And, well, the Adventures have been at the top for a while in Gruul, but the true adventure package that we're used to.
The full adventure pack.
Exactly. But no, a really cool deck. And I think another reason why Terror is so good right now is the Doom Foretold decks aren't exactly thriving right now. Yorion in general, not really thriving.
They're definitely on the downswing. The aggro decks are really popular and doing well. So definitely a metagame for Terror of the Peaks. Yeah, I like this deck quite a bit, and we're going to be putting it to the test against, so what's been the default deck in Standard for a while now in Gruul Adventures. It's tailed off a little bit, I would say. Yeah. It's not what it was 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, but it's still around in a high presence. It's still putting up wins and results. So definitely a deck that everybody going into this weekend is going to have on their radar, going to be prepared for. Yeah. But it's a deck that is still going to beat people because it's so powerful.
100%. Yeah, I think the biggest factor for why Gruul has fluctuated a little bit down is the traditional style of rogues is not as popular. Just the Luris one, mill you as fast as you can, which makes your Ox of Agonis's busted. And Mono Green Food, the deck that has been on the upswing. And, we see like William Polium, SCG Grinder, as well as like Abe Corbin and stuff, they were playing Food. They're really high on it. We're seeing a lot of pro teams that are really high on the deck as well. So it does seem like it's no longer a meme. When Feasting Troll King first saw it play, I was like, okay, what's Croaky's doing now? But no, it has proved to be a very good deck, and it's a good matchup against Gruul.
Yeah,
so
completely agree.
That's a big factor.
And then I think Teamer is really well positioned against Mono Green, a little bit less well positioned against Gruul because you don't have as much interaction for Embercleave. Yeah. And so there's a nice little sort of triumvirate between those three decks. And we'll see, just how well the Teamer deck can match up against Gruul, which is a matchup that, is definitely scary for it. But if they just play a normal aggro game and don't have a really fast Embercleave draw, then I think you're pretty comfortable answering them.
Yeah, exactly. And when you say, I think the rock, paper, scissors thing is very applicable to Standard most of the time. And it is now because that is an accurate triangle there. But it's the nice thing about this metagame is, outside of that, you look at Rogues, you look at Doom Foretold, and
those aren't the only
three
decks.
Bad decks. They will be able to be splashed in, and they'll have their time in the sun against certain matchups. I don't think like Rakdos has really survived the test of time. I don't think that deck's very good, and there's some other decks that have maybe fallen off like that. But for the most part, 5 to 7 decks are still viable at the top here. Yeah,
and that affects, not only which of those, which deck you choose, but how you tune it. And then, if you tune it too far towards, say, like the Dimir decks, and you're going to be worse against creatures, it gets really interesting.
Yeah, it is a it's a fun dynamic that we weren't used to. It's just like, okay, before it was like, what are my 3 flex slots in my ramp deck going to be this time?
And I need to beat the mirror, so these 3 cards.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's 3 Gus, and everyone looks at that list, and it's like, oh my god, that is a sick list, man. Those 3 flex slots are so cool. But now we really see big dynamic changes, which is refreshing.
And we will see a big dynamic change in this hand as I send it back for a new one.
Wow, nice transition.
2
nice
lands,
transition.
2 Vivians.
Mine seems like the pure definition of a Corey keep here. It's a little awkward, but being on the draw, we don't need too much help to make this hand pretty good. If we miss, we're probably going to lose, but I think this one is worth it to keep here. Yeah, I'm going to keep. We might get punished. But you know what? It hasn't been a while since I've been punished on Versus Live for a bad keep, and it might be time to start.
Yeah, we'll keep this.
Okay.
And definitely some... Could just send this one back and make sure I have double red for an Ember Cleave. I think Cleave is so important in the matchup.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cleave is quite good.
If I... Yeah, it's sort of like the importance of Cleave versus Henge with this decision here. I'm going to aim towards Cleave in this matchup.
Okay, he believes.
I'm going to lead on a Kazandu Valley.
Okay. I will draw. Not a horrible draw here, but I think we will just put a Spike Cave Field here and pass to you.
Mountain Pass.
Okay, gotta think this would be a stomp.
Right foot, right stomp. Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. Love it. Okay, we're going to play the green side of the pathway. And I'm just going to Heart's Desire and pass to you.
Okay, I will stomp Shaheen Sarhani.
All right, it's about time.
Get out of here, Shaheen.
He's been stomped.
I will play a Mountain and a Bone Crusher Giant.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. I got a land, and I think we're just going to play a Love Struck Beast. Pass to you. Defense. Defense.
Missing football games that much, Corey?
Yes, I sure am. I did actually watch some games on Sunday, and I enjoyed it. It was fun.
I was following the games on Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it was my last week of my fantasy football regular season.
Oh. Are you crushing?
I needed to win to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Got paired against Tyreek Hill this week.
Oh.
I was about to ask if you got paired against Hill this week.
Yeah, he did some things, so you probably lost.
Still going to win because I have Derrick Henry and Antonio Gibson.
Okay, fair.
Scored 3 touchdowns apiece.
Yeah, all right. GG.
We've got some players going tonight in this crazy COVID Tuesday night game, but I'm pretty favored to win.
My game against COVID? I hope COVID doesn't win.
My hand is very strange.
Yeah, mine is awkward as well.
I shouldn't have played this land.
Okay.
Yeah, I should play this land.
Okay. That tough, huh? Yours is a 4-3 and mine is a 5-5. You know that, right?
Yes.
Oh. Got it. I guess I'll take it. Oh, this is tough. Probably representing another stomp here. Otherwise, that doesn't make sense. That's a pretty good tempo play for me. My hand isn't necessarily perfect by any means. So, yeah, I'll block.
Okay. Left foot, let's stomp.
All right.
You're up.
Okay. A draw. Let's go with a Triumph. And
Ross, I'm being told by chat the game has been delayed to tomorrow afternoon if it happens this week.
I'm just going to play Love Struck. Pass to you.
I mean, sure.
Pass to you.
If the game doesn't happen, I win. So.
Oh, lucky.
I'm gonna play the Shadow Skull tapped, and then Heart's Desire, play Love Struck.
Okay.
Pass.
All right. Ooh, I would have liked to land, but you know what? That is still going to be a pretty dang good turn. So I got a Great Henge.
Yep.
I will make 2 green. Innkeeper. Draw.
Yep. You're 22.
22. Another Innkeeper.
Yep.
A draw. And definitely can't attack, so pass to you. Stompy Stomp. Okay.
All the stomps.
They're dead. I will not be keeping the inn.
Attack for 5.
I already got my henge, so I just want to stop you from getting yours, so I'm happy to block here.
Pass the turn.
All right. Okay. I will gain 2.
24.
5. I got a terror. It's going to be terrifying for you. I will play my land and pass to you. Was your hand awkward because you had all of your Bone Crusher Giants?
A little bit.
Okay.
It was too many.
Okay.
Started with 2, which is, that's a fine number.
That's a fine number. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll play 2 Bone Crushers and pass the turn.
All right, I'm petty. We'll get Sheen out of there.
Yeah, that's a good play.
Not bad, not bad. So, you're very dead. Let's just figure out in what way. Come on, I only had all creatures. Yeah, we kept a bit of a loose goose. It was this for my mana base with, all of this. And we drew that Triumpher right on time.
Well, I kept some lands and some Bone Crushers.
Yeah. And you drew more Bone Crushers.
And didn't really go very well.
Love it. Rob, let's take one question before we head to break here for sideboarding. See what's up.
I don't really have anyone, but Static Grip wanted me to get on you because it's Abe Corrigan, not Corbin, like you said earlier.
Is that? Oh, well, I'm sorry. That is the first mispronunciation I've ever had on Versus Live, so I apologize for that.
Unfortunate to ruin such a tremendous streak.
I know, just flawless, really.
Yeah,
so, dang it. Well, now I guess I'm gonna go to sideboarding here with my tail in between my legs. We're gonna take a short break and we'll be right back with sideboarding here between Teamer Adventures and Gruul Adventures. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Gruul Adventures and Teamer Ramp Adventures.
Oh, yeah.
On my side of things, we're getting a little bit more spot removal in our deck with Fire Prophecy to help clear away some of those pesky blockers and early Edgewalling Keepers, bringing in an extra Vivian to gear up for longer games, cutting our creatures that match up pretty poorly against Corey's in combat. QB, there's a lot of creatures that it just trades for, also very bad against the Crowan War.
Yep.
And Scavenging Ooze, there's not a ton of creatures going to the graveyard here. The game's not going to go long. It's not a great card early. And we're going to gear towards a longer game anyway, so it's not as important that I curve out super hard with early creatures. So Scoos and QB out, Fire Prophecy and Vivian in.
Okay, makes sense. I'm kind of curious why. I'm not really going to question the person that went 13-0 too much because they clearly knew it was up. But it seemed like the normal thing was Fire Prophecy was a better card than Scorching Dragonfire these days. So I'd be curious why this choice instead. But, very minor. So for my part, a really tough way to sideboard, in my opinion here. On the draw, I want to be a little bit more defensive, so I want some Scorching Dragonfires here, but I have 4 and I don't want all of them because not only does it not kill everything, it's just not that strong of a card in these matchups. It doesn't kill Lovestruck Beast, Questing Beasts, if you still have them, it's not good against a Planeswalker. So it's not the best, but you do need to kill Innkeepers. You need to maintain your battlefield at a small level. When I am on the draw, on the play, I think I would cut all of them. So we're bringing in a couple. I'm bringing in 1 Ox. Just can really be good in a long game. And then just the ability, the last card in your hand, play it, draw 3 cards. Completely fine. The Crowan War is the main card that's just excellent here. You have some in the main, or most lists do.
Yeah, this has become a staple over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, such a cool card, too. And, you know, it is very strong in these adventure mirrors. On the draw, we're taking out some of our ramp elements to just kind of play a normal adventure game of Magic, and then just naturally Genesis Ultimatum. Taking out the 1 Bala Ged's Recovery, and then a couple of Brazen Borrowers. Bouncing your adventure stuff, usually not great. I left in a couple to just be able to deal with, like, Embercleave, or, you know, Tempo out of Vivian or something like that is reasonable as well.
I definitely don't want to flood on that card, but the versatility of Petty Theft, I think, makes it pretty valuable. As well as just maintaining a certain density of adventure creatures.
Yep, exactly. Because, I mean, just the teamer does add Brazen Borrower. Otherwise, we play the same amount of adventure creatures.
You have...
I have Beanstalk Giant as well, which, you know, isn't that great. Realistically, you don't cast it that often. It's more for the combo aspect. But you sometimes have, like, Shield Breaker, which is actually pretty good in these matchups for the Great Henge and stuff, but...
Yeah, I like Shieldbreaker quite a bit. Surprised not to see any in this list.
Agreed. All right. Hey, Rob, you got any questions for us from our lovely audience?
I do. Thulu wants to know, what do you think about Soulseer in the sideboard as an answer to Lovestruck Beasts in decks that run red but couldn't handle it with their normal main deck removal? And then piggybacking off that, the Pro Citizen also was curious, what do you think the best way to take out Lovestruck Beast is in the format?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great card. I think the best way is just the Akroan War. I think that is kind of your Soulseer card. It's, you know, of course, a little bit more expensive. And if you're on the draw, Akroan War does not stop Lovestruck Beast into the Great Henge. So that's a big problem. And Soulseer would stop that. So I think that's totally reasonable, and it fits into the Obosh plan, so I like that. I would probably like to see like 2 Scorching Dragonfires, 2 Soulseers, but the problem is like the rogue matchup. You want Scorching Dragonfires for rogues, they're just excellent there, but Soulseer isn't that great. Except it does hit Zerasan, so no, that card just seems good to me.
Yeah,
to me, small numbers.
The difference between Soulseer and the Akroan War is dependent upon your deck strategy. The more proactive that you are, the more you want a card like the Akroan War that can press an advantage. And the more reactive you are, the more Soulseer looks good.
Sure.
I remember Todd Anderson was, putzing around a bit with the big red deck that was kind of a flash in the pan for a week or two there.
Chonky red, excuse me.
And in that deck, Soulseer was excellent because you were a much more reactive deck playing a long game, and you needed to deal with Lovestruck Beast, and Soulseer being this really easy way to deal with it, also answering Planeswalkers like a Vivian or an Ashiok or something
Very
like that.
strong, yep.
But it was just an excellent card in that deck. So the more reactive you are, the more I like Soulseer, but the more proactive you are, the more I like something like the Akroan War.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty fair assumption. I don't really know any red decks that are reactive right now. They feel all proactive.
That's the thing. Most red decks are pretty proactive.
Yeah, exactly. And just 3-mana removals, they just have to be so very strong because it's just pretty awkward. There's so much good 2-mana removals, and just the 4-mana one like a Akroan War or Doom Foretold or 5 when you get up to ECD are just so impactful in more ways that I think it's more worth it. But. All right. Great questions, chat.
And I will be keeping this hand.
Lucky, keeping a hand. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, I'll keep as well. Nothing insane, but...
I am going to try to get lucky, and I'll lead on Forest.
Okay. I have a Triumph. Pass to you.
Mountain Brushfire Elemental.
Okay.
Ding you for 1.
Pudding 19.
Pass the turn.
All right. I have
nothing.
Not much.
Literal nothing.
Literal absolute nothing. I have an Innkeeper, and I have a Triumph, and I'll pass to you. Would have been a nice Bone Crusher Giant turn there.
I will play Mountain, pump the Elemental.
Okay.
Shadow Skull smashing the Innkeeper for 1.
Bang.
Attack for 3.
Okay, 16.
Pass the turn.
Ooh, that was a very good draw. Holy cow. That was insane. Okay, I will go get a Mountain and Spikefield Hazard. That was the dream.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was good. If I have a Mountain in this deck. Okay, perfect. Really strong draw there. Needed a way to interact with that Elemental, because if we saw Fabled Passage here Great henge. That would have been quite good.
Forest Mammoth.
Mammoth. Okay.
Pass the turn.
Do we have an... Never mind. Adventure. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do here? I want to just slow you down while trying to keep you off the Great Henge, so I'm going to start with a temple. Don't really need an extra land, and we'll just a Crow in War here. Pass to you.
Three in hand?
3 in hand.
Give me that back.
Hey, that's not cool.
You're up.
All right. Draw chapter 2. You must attack. I know that's a tough ask for you. You probably didn't want to attack. I will just play a Terror of the Peaks and pass to you.
Now you have to attack.
Touche. Touche.
Also, give me that.
Hey, do you take 3 from that? Probably not, right?
Spell, I think.
Spell, okay.
Yeah, because it changes the cost.
Okay.
I will attack for 3.
No blocks.
And yeah, because of Scorching Dragonfire, I think I'll just have you take 3, so you go to 13.
Okay, yep. Well, it is going to die, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So maybe I just don't attack at all?
Well, you have to attack.
Oh, yeah. Stupid Chrome Wars.
Stupid Chrome Wars.
Yeah, so I guess if it's going to die, I'll just deal the other extra 2.
Okay, I go to 11.
I will get another Forest. Yeah.
Okay. That dies after I draw. That was not a good draw. I will crack Fabled Passage. This is supposed to be Genesis Ultimatum turn, but I do not have it. So, instead, I will just play a Beanstalk Giant and pass to you.
Okay. Draw. This one will go away. You'll be forced to attack again.
Yep. And this is the one that had Terror,
yes.
So yep.
Attack for 5. You go to 6.
Yep.
Vivian.
Okay. That's terrifying.
Plus, make a Trampler, I guess. Deal you 3.
Okay. Down to 3.
And pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I will attack Vivian.
That's block, I guess.
Okay. Then I will play Love Struck and the Shaheen and pass to you. This is gone. To not just die immediately.
Looks like I'm coming up a little short.
Hooray.
This is, yeah, that's untapped.
Yeah.
You have 1 card in hand?
1 card, it's good. I was saving my ultimatum for next turn, just so you know. Because it's right on top. Here comes Todd.
Let's give it a reach.
Okay. Makes sense.
I'm going to play another Vivian.
Okay.
Make another reach creature.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Pretty strong. Give me a good draw. Ooh. Might be pretty good. All right. I have an Akroan War. I will take one of these reach creatures. Yeah, that wasn't bad. So since it has reach, I do have to attack both. That does leave me just dead to an Ember Cleave. I guess I have this, but is there any way I'm not dead to that? It's probably not. That's not true. I could attack with this. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough spot. Tough spot here. It's basically, do I want to play around Embercleave and let you keep Vivian? Doesn't seem great. But it is definitely safer. Yeah, actually, I think I will try to play around that. So I'll just attack Vivian with Terror.
Yeah, I'll block.
Okay, pass to you.
Plus here, make a reach Todd Anderson.
Okay.
Play an Innkeeper.
Okay.
Actually, we probably want to wait on that Innkeeper for a turn.
Yep.
Yeah, let's pass.
What do you have? Okay, you are forced to attack. Let's see here. So if I attack, I'm essentially giving you back your reach creature. Yeah, you probably just didn't want to attack to not have to force things into combat. That would make sense. Maybe you have a stomp to hit my terror. Could try to attack you with everything, but I think here I just want to try to play as safe as possible. I just have so many higher impact top decks. See, there is some merit to me just not attacking here. Definitely some value to that. And it's not great. All right, let's... All right. Think I got it here. 8. No, that leaves me dead. No, it doesn't. Okay, all right. So I'll play an Innkeeper. I'll deal 1 to Vivian. And then I'm going to attack these at Vivian. Okay.
Vivian down.
Pass to you. What's your top deck?
Not good enough.
Okay. My question for you is, did you consider the static ability on Vivian to be useful? You don't have a Vivian.
Forgot to check that. No, I just looked when I couldn't.
Yes.
Just...
We're dusting the cobwebs off here back again.
Are.
I'll be really curious if you did have Embercleave or not, if I was dead if I made that one attack.
Well, forced to attack.
Yeah, and I'm forced to double block here. It's awkward, but because Embercleave would put me to 1 now.
I'm gonna deal 2 to the Lovestruck Beast, or 3 to the Lovestruck Beast.
Oh, okay, sure.
Actually, no. Well, let's order the Innkeeper first.
Okay.
So now that has,
it has 2
on it.
Yep.
Shatter Skull for 4. Deal 3 here, 1 to the Shaheen.
Okay.
Just
Makes
hope you
sense.
Pass.
Yeah, we need a big draw here, so you get that back. Come on. Ooh, that's probably a good draw. Is that a brick? Is that a brick? Blue, green, red, blue. Yeah, it's there. All right. Look at the top 5.
5 lands.
Hello. All right, I think that's probably going to do it. Take out 9. No, take
so
6, 11. Up top. I guess it's not lethal, so.
Yeah, but you're drawing 2 cards, gain 2 life.
Yeah. All right, so.
I needed to draw. I drew a green land. I needed to draw a red land.
Okay.
You only have the 2 blockers. If I go Brushfire, red land, a Shatter Skull for 1 on the Innkeeper, attack with 2 3-power creatures.
Oh yeah.
That was this was what my hand was when I was sitting there. Like,
what was your top deck? What did you draw that turn?
Forest. Just,
okay.
I drew green land, not red land.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. But as long as you didn't draw like Innkeeper, right? Because the Vivian you could have staticked.
Oh, I definitely could have stacked these things, and who knows what I draw at that point. I might have won the game if I just remembered what my cards did.
You didn't have Embercleave
the
whole time. Okay, so I definitely made the bad play in hindsight of just not killing Vivian then.
Well,
but leaving myself dead. What's up?
I made many bad plays.
Yeah,
that was not a well played game from my side of the table.
That's all right.
I probably missed out on 2 damage at one point. I probably should have played the Shatter Skull the turn I just got in with the Mammoth.
Yeah.
Also, the turn I retook the Mammoth. I had Vivian, but I just didn't want to risk Vivian dying to land plus removal spell.
Yeah.
Though you probably don't have a removal spell if you have a Crone Ward there, because you usually want a Crone Ward when you have a battlefield to yourself.
Yeah, my hand was 3 lands at that point, and then I just had Beanstalk. I drew pretty well from there, but
it was probably correct for me to just jam the Vivian that turn and then go take the Terror with the first Crone Ward, then have another Crone Ward on top of that.
Yeah.
Or your Lovestruck or something, and I would have been in much.
Yeah, I think you were a little too aggressive with the Crone Wars. Yeah. I think I was even too aggressive with it, but I had nothing else, so I had no options, so I had to try to play something. I could have played the Dragon, but onto an empty board. Then if you have a Crone Ward, then it looks really good.
Yeah. So once I decided I didn't want to play the Vivian, then I also had nothing else, so I decided I need to. But the Vivian was actually, I think, a fine play based on the way you had played the game.
Yeah.
I think I'd win that game if I just play the Vivian.
Or use their static ability. But you know what? Most people forget about Narset as a static. I like that you forget about the one that directly helps you.
And the one that I've played with a ton.
Exactly. But you know what? With how much you've been crushing me lately, I'm going to be happy to lock up the marbles here early on our first show back. So, all right, that's going to do it for round number 2 here. We are going to take a short 5-minute break. And what do we got?
I just knew we were running late. I figured we would just get the match over. We're ready to move on to match 3.
You're really a company man. I like that. Okay. We're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with our third and final round here on Versus Live.